Hi there, my favorite people, and welcome back to my channel. This is the It Stands for the Sun Tarot channel, and in today's reading we are taking a look at the future of the connection that you have on your mind. This is actually a topic that I've seen recently on Spirituality with Gabriella's channel. Obviously she didn't invent the topic, but since I really loved her reading, and she's just a lovely person and reader in general, I thought I would credit her. But with that being said, we have 4 piles to choose from today. As always, we are picking based on cards from the Shine from the Inside, I believe the deck is called. The Shine from the Inside Oracle deck, obviously. And yeah, let's just get into the piles. For you, pile 1, I have this card that says, awaken your authentic self and be true to you. That's your card. These are very cute in general. Okay. For you, pile number 2, I have this card that says, be bold, don't be afraid to stand out. Okay. Pile 3, for you, I have tune into your inner peace. Okay. And pile number 4, finally, we have turn criticism into kindness. Turn criticism into kindness. Alright, so as always, once you are done picking your pile, you can scroll down into the description box below and find a timestamp for your reading where I'm going to meet you. Hi there, pile 1, and welcome to your reading, babe. If you've chosen this card that says awaken your authentic self and be true to you, then this is going to be a reading all about the future of this connection. Let's see what cards chose to come through for you. Obviously, we have the card that you chose. We have the Justice card, the Emperor, the 5 of Cups, the Hangman, the Queen of Swords, and the Lovers. Damn, pile 1. Like right off the bat, you have 4 major arcanas coming through for you. I feel like this next thing isn't the sort of groundbreaking revelation that I'm going to offer you, but yeah, because since your intuition, I feel like, has been telling you the same thing for a long time. But this connection is definitely a powerful one, a true one. Honestly, I would say a pure and honest connection that allows you to shine, to awaken your authentic self and be true to yourself. I feel like this is a very open and honest relationship in general, in the sense that you clearly communicate your needs, your wants, your boundaries with your person, and they do the same thing. And you have this mutual respect that really can only help this relationship grow even more. Because the thing is, I feel like this relationship is pretty good as it is right now. I don't know if it has come into union just yet, because obviously this is a general reading. I don't want to be like, yeah, all of you are in a relationship with this person, but I definitely feel like you feel safe with this person. You feel seen and listened to with this person, and these feelings, these beautiful, beautiful feelings, are only going to develop in time as the relationship itself grows. This is also the sort of relationship that will trigger a lot of self-growth in each of you, and I feel like you're going to be there supporting each other along the way at every step, encouraging each other, and just being each other's rocks. This is a very, very beautiful relationship, okay? The sort of relationship where feelings are clearly reciprocated. I feel like you may have talked to this person about these feelings that each of you has, and in case you didn't, it may have been not necessarily because you're afraid of doing so, because I really feel like there's no subject that you're afraid to approach with this person, but it may have been because it's just too obvious. Like to the point that if you tell this person, hey, I have feelings for you, they would be like, yeah, I know, and I have feelings for you. Why are you stating the obvious? You know, that sort of thing. It's not that you're scared that they don't reciprocate them. It's not that you're scared that you're going to, I don't know, that they're going to laugh at you or something like that. I feel like it's a very safe and secure place, this relationship in itself with this person. But with that being said, I am sensing that there may be a little bit of a blockage when it comes to, I know, to your union, maybe, or to maybe elevating the relationship to the next level. I really don't know how to express it, but there's this underlying blockage, because we do have the Five of Cups here, okay? And since it's the Five of Cups and also the Hangman, these two cards really lead me to believe that it's more of a mindset blockage, difficulty, whatever you want to call it. Obviously, a lot of mental blockages can come from real situations. They can be anchored in very real difficulties in your relationship, standing in the way of your relationship also, because I really feel like this is an external difficulty. I don't think it's something that is necessarily coming from one of you. But ultimately, the thing that is stalling this relationship the most would be the mental aspect of this difficulties. To explain, I'm really thinking that one or both of you may be blowing some things out of proportion. The 5 in tarot is really just this number of conflict with others mostly. So I feel like one or both of you may be scared of how other people will react to you being in a relationship. I'm not necessarily saying that there's a third party, even though it's possible, but only take that if it resonates. Like, you would know if there's a third party, because like I said, this relationship is really that sort of relationship that will allow for no secrets between the two of you. And in case it's not a third party, like a romantic third party, maybe it's about, I don't know, maybe you're working, maybe you're coworkers, and you're working at this firm where coworkers can't be dating one another, or maybe it's one of your families, both of your families, something like that. There's just this real life difficulty that is, you know, it's fair to be worried about it, but it's nowhere near as bad as you're making it to be. And I'm not saying you're doing this. Maybe it's your person, or maybe it's both of you, but I really feel like there's this energy of things being blown out of proportion with a certain difficulty. Maybe the 5 of Cups is even referring to a fear of commitment on one side or the other, and I don't know, there's just this thing that one or both of you may consider bigger and more important than it actually is, and something to be mourned in a sense, because in the original depiction of the 5 of Cups, we have this figure who is crying over these 3 spilled cups, but they still have a perfectly good 2 of Cups behind them. And yeah, I said that on purpose because the 2 cups behind this figure are representative of the 2 of Cups in tarot. The soulmate card, which I really feel would also be doing great in this spread that you have here. I would go as far as to say that this person is your soulmate. Only take that if it resonates, but I just feel like this is too strong of a connection and too honest and pure of a connection to not be, for there to not be a soul tie between the two of you. But yeah, ultimately, the sun is shining, okay? The sun is coming out of the clouds, and I feel like you're going to gain clarity on the situation. You're going to see the situation for exactly what it is. And even if it is a difficult situation to get out of, you're going to be able to realize, and I mean both of you, you're going to be able to realize that this connection is too right to let go of. Okay, ultimately, I do see a very happy ending for this connection. We have the Justice card. This is basically a meant to be sort of situation. And you know how, what's that expression? The truth always comes out. And I feel like this connection is your truth, because it allows you to be your true self, as the card says, okay? Awaken your authentic self and be true to you, okay? I really see you being able to take more initiative in your, honestly, both in your personal and in your work life, not necessarily because of this person, okay? Because I don't want to put the credit on their side. I don't want to credit them for your self-growth. It's just that being with this person and having this safe space where you see that you are able to be yourself, because a lot of us are conditioned to believe that we can't be ourselves, we can't express our feelings and our thoughts, our boundaries, our needs. And with this person, it kind of like shows you that yes, you can. Like, yes, you absolutely can, and you are entitled to express these feelings or thoughts or whatever they are. And I feel like that's going to help you take more initiative in your life. And I'm really sensing that the energy is mirrored between the two of you. So really, this card right here, Awaken Your Authentic Self, it's really just the energy being mirrored between the two of you. But yes, ultimately, with the Queen of Swords being here, I do believe there are things that need to be cut out. And maybe these are even the things or people that are interfering with you really embodying your most authentic self. Like people who are keeping you back, who are never listening to your opinions, who discredit your feelings. Maybe the sort of people who tell you, oh no, you're not feeling angry. Like you have no reason to be angry. Like I should be angry. Like why don't you care about my feelings? But they never cared about yours to begin with. But yeah, there's this energy of you, both of you actually, cutting things that no longer serve you from your life. And maybe that is what this Five of Cups is talking about here, because those situations were comfortable in the sense that you knew where you stood with them, and you knew what to do to make yourself be liked by these people, or to make it in these sort of situations. And that gave you a sort of feeling of safety. But you realize that true safety and security comes from being in a relationship where you are allowed to be yourself and express yourself, and also allowing the other person to do so as well. Okay, so I'm really feeling like, even though it may feel really painful to let go of things that no longer serve you, and there may be a sort of, period of mourning over these things, it is the right thing to do, okay? And you are going to be powerful enough to make that decision and stick to it, okay? Ultimately, Paul One, I really sense that this connection is really going to only grow into a better and better thing. And I really feel with the Hangman being here, and the Hangman being representative of the planet Neptune, ruling over sort of our dreams, aspirations, that sort of thing, I really feel like this relationship is only going to develop into more of what you always dreamed of. And maybe you didn't even have an actual picture in your mind, like every detail being assessed and taken into consideration, but you knew like the biggest, the most important aspect that you wished for in a relationship, and this particular connection is going to be able to fulfill that for you. Like I said, I'm definitely sensing a soul tie, a sort of twin soul energy. Like if you know me, I don't feel comfortable with saying, oh, this is your twin flame, because it's just not right to me. Twin flame energy is so much more complicated than soulmate energy, and I really don't feel comfortable telling people like, yes, 100% this is your soulmate in a general reading. But in terms of soul connection, I definitely sense that, and I'm quoting Wuthering Heights for the millionth time. Emily Bronte is literally rolling in her grave every single time, but whatever souls are made of, his and mine are the same. That's the feeling of this connection. There's this inner knowing that you have of who the other person is. There's this really easygoing energy between the two of you. Your relationship was never complicated, okay? Because you always talked to one another, and not just that, because words are sometimes not enough, but you just understood each other's energy from the beginning, and you sensed that there was something special there and something that you can't lose. Okay, so pile one, that has been your reading. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I would love to keep your wonderful energy around, and I really hope to see you in another reading. Bye! Hi there, pile two, and welcome to your reading, babe. If you've chosen this card that says be bold, don't be afraid to stand out, then this is going to be a reading all about the future of this connection that you have in mind. Let's see what cards chose to come through for you today. We obviously have the card that you chose. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Eight of Torches. The Prince of Swords, okay, which is the Knight of Swords. We have White Numen. Oh, all right. We have the Six of Cups and the Queen of Wands. Okay, so I feel like this is so appropriate for the energy that has been coming through in pile two for some time now. There's this firecracker energy, this sort of energy that cannot be contained anymore. Like this card says, be bold, don't be afraid to stand out. I feel like in pile two for, I don't know, 2 weeks now, it's literally just been that energy of, this is who I am and you literally can't ignore me because I'm that cool. Okay, but with that being said, I really feel like that's the energy that this relationship is going to bring up or bring out. Bring up in you, whatever, you get what I mean, okay? Like this is the main energy of this connection. I really feel like there's this really great dynamic and chemistry between the two of you. Like maybe people would describe you as this very dynamic duo, this sort of partners in crime sort of relationship, sort of partnership, you know what I mean? It's just when the two of you are together, like it's impossible to hold back laughter and like even like tears streaming down the faces of the people around you, because you're just that good together and you complement each other so well. And like the card says, like, don't be afraid to stand out. Like it's impossible to ignore the two of you when you are together. I feel like a lot of the times you may even act like you are best friends more than lovers, and people are just going to be very confused maybe at first. Like they don't know, like, are these two people together? Are they just friends? Like it's that sort of connection where you don't know. Maybe for some of you, that is where you are at in general right now. Like you don't even know where you stand with this person. And I do feel in that case a little bit of a frustration, but I wouldn't say it's too strong, because I'm so sorry, because you just feel really good around this person and you know there's something special between the two of you, and you are aware more instinctively, so I would say, that the other person feels it too, okay? Like you sense that you are on the same page with this, but I'm not sensing necessarily that you've had a conversation about it. Obviously that's not going to be for all of you. I'm obviously sensing that some of you may already be in union with this person, but since this is a general reading, I don't just want to, I'm so sorry, that's so rude, me to yawn, but there we go. What was I saying? I actually forgot. But oh yeah, it's a general reading, so I really don't feel comfortable only giving you one scenario. But with that being said, the future of this connection, I'm seeing a lot about joint forces. Maybe you're working with this person on something. This card right here, the White Numen, would be representative of creation. So it really just leads me to believe that there is something you're working on with this person to create. Obviously it can be a creative project, like an actual creative project, or maybe it is starting your own business together, because you know, at the end of the day, you're creating something new out of your joined forces. So it would be the same message here. But I really feel like it's something that has to do with, I know, utilizing certain skills that you might have gotten as a kid, or that you might have started being interested in as a child. So obviously this can be painting, or maybe one of you was really good at math for the longest time. Maybe I don't know, I'm just talking out of my ass right now. Maybe with the math thing, I was thinking of maybe an accounting firm, or maybe if you're starting your own business, the person who has always been good at math since they were a kid, maybe they're going to keep the books for the business, and you're just going to combine these skills that you've gotten as a kid, which I'm not really sensing that they are the same skill, but they are very complementary skills, especially in this project that you're working on together. But yeah, it's really just something about two people coming together, joining forces, and creating something bigger than themselves. I really love the Queen of Wands being here, because the Queen of Wands is also about being unapologetically yourself. So I really feel like with this project and with just the relationship in general, you're going to help each other shine. And most importantly, like most importantly, you're going to you're never going to try to outshine the other person. Okay, your priority always is going to be that both of you are going to shine. Not necessarily together, you can do it separately too, because even I'm so sorry, I don't know where that came from, but even if you're creating your own business together, you would still be able to maybe have separate social lives. Okay, so you're not going to always have to shine together, and always your priority is going to be to make sure that both of you are living your best lives, if that made sense. There's this really big thing about, yes, we go really well together, and we're literally creating this amazing atmosphere when we're together, but at the same time we're still individuals, okay, who are allowed to have separate interests, separate group of friends, and be allowed to shine in those environments as well. It's a lot about self-growth and getting to know oneself, and just it's about two people truly entering a partnership. Because when I say that, you may know this if you've been on this channel for some time, I do prefer the word partner and partnership to lover, girlfriend, boyfriend, relationship in general, because a lot of the times in our society nowadays, you enter a relationship when you need someone to fulfill your needs, because you don't want to do it yourself, or you're too scared to get in touch with yourself and resolve your deep-seated issues. And when I say partnership, I'm really just thinking of two people who are whole in themselves, and they come together to, once again, I feel like I've said this a lot, but like join forces, not to make the other person whole, if that makes sense. And I really feel like that's going to be your relationship. Like I said, a lot of people, like even if you're in a relationship with this person, a lot of people are still going to be confused. Like, are they together? Are they not together? Like they talk like they're best friends, and maybe people are even going to be really weirded out that maybe neither of you is jealous if the other is hanging out with their friends without them, or hanging out with their friends of the opposite sex or something like that. And I just feel like there's going to be a lot of trust in this situation, in your connection in general, and that trust is only going to get stronger and stronger and stronger. The thing with your connection, it's really going to reach its peak when you realize that you can count on this person for anything. Okay, like this person is going to be your rock. This person is going to be the one who is there for you at all times. And that's absolutely beautiful, okay? And with the Eight of Torches and the Prince of Swords here, which once again is the Knight of Swords, I really feel like things are going to develop quickly, okay? If you're not already in union, or maybe if you're just thinking of the next level in the relationship, I feel like things are going to develop quickly after you let go of this Seven of Cups. And in this particular instance, with this Seven of Cups, I'm really thinking of expectations, but not expectations that are healthy. And I'm not thinking necessarily about this person, expectations about this person or each other, but expectations about what a relationship has to be. Because you know how we were discussing the difference, at least in my mind, between partnership and relationship, what a relationship usually means for most people. Like it's this place, this sort of thing that you enter when you don't feel confident enough in yourself and you really need somebody else to complete you, so to speak. I don't think either of you are going to have those sort of expectations from the other person. Like I said, I really feel like these, in your case, it's two whole people who are just looking for a partner. And maybe you're going to get really confused when romantic feelings are going to arise, because you've never experienced such a romantic relationship in the past. Okay, maybe you have you've only experienced really codependent relationships in the past, or codependent partners. I'm so sorry, I don't know what's going on with me in this reading, but yeah, it's this expectation of what, it's just this idea that you have been taught, this idea of what a relationship should be. And by no means is this relationship that sort of relationship. You're not going to be codependent on each other. You're not going to be, I don't know, jealous of one another. It's really just like a friendship turned into more at this point, and it's really something that you haven't experienced in the past. It's nothing that you've heard people talk about in the past. And I feel like once you realize, once you let go of this idea that has been put in your head about what a relationship should be, I feel like things are going to progress real quick between the two of you. Like we have two movement cards, like the Knight of Swords obviously is the fastest moving knight in the deck, and the the Eight of Wands is about movement as well, and open communication also, I would say, and making a move in a certain situation, I guess, like taking the initiative. So yeah, I really feel like there's that need to acknowledge that this is not going to be like anything else you've experienced before, and that is completely fine. Just because it differs from most relationships you've experienced or seen in general in your life, it doesn't mean that you're wrong and the other people in those relationships are right. Okay, like this is something very, very special. With the Six of Cups being here, it's quite possible that you've had past lives together, and maybe that is part of the reason why you are able to get to know one another so quickly and be able to cooperate so easily, because on a deeper level, on a soul level, you already know each other. Okay, so it's much easier to be able to guess the other person's next step or their train of thought, and be able to sort of know what they need help with and what they wouldn't want help with and they want to solve on their own. But this connection is a lot about just being unconventional. okay, in a relationship. It's a very unconventional situation in general, I guess, but that doesn't mean that it's not going to develop into the most committed relationship of all times, because you're truly partners in everything that you do. And I really feel like if there's any pile that is going to build a legacy with this person that they have in mind, that would be you. Okay, that would absolutely be you. I feel like you're going to achieve great things together. But anyway, Apollo, that has been your reading. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I would love to keep your wonderful energy around. And I really hope to see you in another reading. Bye! Hi there, Apollo 3, and welcome to your reading, babe. If you've chosen this card that says tune into your inner peace, then this is going to be a reading all about the future of this connection that you have in mind. So let's see what cards chose to come through for you today. Obviously, we have the card that you chose, tune into your inner peace. We have the universe, which would be the world card. We have the 10 of Swords reversed. And this is like funny story. With neither of these two decks was I planning on taking reversals. Like, I haven't done that so far, and it just didn't feel right to me. But when this card came out reversed, I was just like, yeah, that's the way it needs to be. Okay, so you're the only pile that got reversals. And honestly, the first pile ever to get reversals from these two decks, because I really wasn't planning on it. But let's just get back into the reading, right? We also have the Wheel of Fortune. We have, like, there you go, another reversal. 8 of Swords reversed, the 10 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Wands. Okay, so I'm really happy about this reading, so happy. What is next in this relationship, the future of this relationship, is going to be more just calm and peace. Okay, I feel like you've been through a lot with this person. You may even have certain difficulties that have to be overcome, but ultimately the future of this connection is peace and safety and security. And sort of with the Wheel of Fortune being here, I'm thinking of things falling into place and sort of aligning into what they are supposed to be. With the universe, the world card, I'm thinking of a completion of a very difficult cycle. Like I said, I'm sensing a very difficult connection in general, with a lot of twists and turns and not knowing where you stand with the other person. And just when you think everything is all right, whoop, there's this new blockage that is standing in your way, mental or not mental, because we do have the 8 of Swords here. And with the 8 of Swords, the 8 of Swords does talk about mental blockages in general, because this person totally has the power to free themselves from the situation they are in, but they just choose to consider themselves stuck in said situation with no prospects of freeing themselves, when in truth, like, the power to do that is in themselves. But with that being said, yeah, I'm definitely seeing the end of a tough cycle. It may be, once again, with the Wheel of Fortune, it's very interesting because we have the Wheel of Fortune right on top of the 8 of Wands. And I would say with the Wheel of Fortune being ruled, being ruled by Jupiter, which is the planet of good luck and the great benefic, as it is also called. This would normally make me think that things will be aligning themselves, like things are going to be simply resolved without any intervention from either of you. It's just the universe doing you a favor, sort of. But like I said, it is on top of the 8 of Wands, which to me, the 8 of Wands has this really great element to it of the person themselves actually going and doing the thing, not waiting for results from the outside. The 8 of Wands is a card of movement, and I feel like deliberate movement. So you see my sort of disconnect, the disconnect that I'm feeling between these two cards. The best that I can get out of this one would be that at the end of the day, it's really going to be about the two of you co-creating with the universe for this happy ending in your relationship, or for just the resolution that you're waiting for, the end of a tough cycle. Okay, because maybe in the past things have been very, very difficult because you really did not you chose not to utilize the help of the universe. In this situation, you may have tried to solve things yourselves. And I feel like in a lot of cases, the situation was going beyond what two human beings could resolve on, like, by themselves. And the universe would have really wished for you to ask for their help. I'm really getting that, for you to ask for their help, because maybe your person is not spiritual. Like, you're obviously the person watching a tarot reading, so I'm assuming you must be at least a little bit spiritual. So yeah, there's this element of the universe really wanting you to ask for their help in order to resolve this situation and bring the peace that both of you deserve. Because I feel like there's been really tiring unrest in the connection for the longest time. But with the Ten of Swords being reversed, I'm really getting the sense that that is ending. I don't know how soon, but if I were to give a guess here, once again, I'm being drawn to the Wheel of Fortune and the Eight of Wands, both fast-moving energies. But with the Wheel of Fortune, once again, I'm being called to mention Jupiter. Again, a thing that I have noticed as a Sagittarius being ruled by Jupiter is that, yes, I am naturally very lucky, but I need to be patient, okay, and trust in the process and trust that the universe is going to provide for me. And that's sometimes the hardest part. I know a lot of people have difficulties with that when they're trying to manifest as well, because they're just like, well, where is it? Like, where is it? I asked for this like 2 days ago. Where is it? You know, like, I would say that the universe really wants you to trust in it and trust that it knows best, and honestly just embrace any outcome that may be taking place. I don't know why that message is coming through, but they just want to trust. They want your trust in them. Okay, and because when you have trust that the universe is going to provide for you, you're naturally also going to be patient in the situation, because you know it's getting resolved behind the scenes. You know it's being taken care of. You literally don't have to worry about the situation constantly and think, where is it gonna come? Where is it gonna come? Did I say where? Okay, sorry, when. Maybe where is important as well. Maybe the Eight of Wands is a card of travel. So maybe you'll be traveling to this person, or this person will be traveling to you. Or if it's not a long distance relationship, this may just be more of a message that you're going to have this, I don't know, grand escape. Like, you're going to have a vacation together where you're just going to be the two of you, and you're going to have all the time in the world to settle all of the issues that you've been having. But ultimately, I'm really seeing that the future of this connection is anchored in a sense of peace and security and safety. And with this Ten of Pentacles, I love the Ten of Pentacles. If you're new to this channel, hi, the Ten of Pentacles is one of my favorite cards of all times, because I don't see it just as talking about a happy family the way the Ten of Cups does, which is very beautiful in itself. Like, I have nothing against the Ten of Cups. Like, I'm starting the beef here. Like, here's the drama. Here's the tea. The Ten of Cups did whatever. I don't know where I was going with that, but you get my drift there, I hope. But yeah, the Ten of Pentacles isn't just about a happy family, but it is about also a legacy. Okay, and I think I mentioned this, I don't know in what reading and in what pile, but the Ten of Pentacles really gives me this vibe of these two people coming together, and through their love and their openness to one another, they manage to heal a lot of generational trauma in both of their families, and therefore the family moving onwards is just, if not, like, it can get better with the first new generation, but just the lineage is going to be more prone to powerful change and to benefic change, like healing all of these past traumas and hurts that have been experienced by the family in the long run, like over generations. So yeah, that's mainly why I love the Ten of Pentacles so much. I really feel like ultimately this is going to be a very healing a very healing relationship, even though it's going to be, and you know this for yourself, it is going to be very difficult in the beginning and very, just, I'm getting this feeling that you're very, very tired at this point of this connection. You're tired of overthinking everything. You're tired of always having things getting in the way, always feeling helpless. And honestly, Spirit just wants you to turn to them in those moments and be like, I put this into your hands. Please help me. Please guide me. Please bring me the peace that I am in need of. Is there anything else I could tell you? Like, your pile was so straight to the point. I can't even believe it. Like, the other two were so complicated, but I feel like this is what you wanted also to hear from this reading, like a very straight to the point message, because everything has been so complicated up to this point, and you just want an easy answer that can be that doesn't need interpreting in general. You know, you can take it as it is. I feel like that's what you want from this connection as well. You want to take it as it is. You don't want to put any more work. I feel like you're really just in need of the universe's help, and you can ask for it, baby. Okay, you absolutely can ask for it. I lost my train of thought a little there. If you've noticed, it's because I was looking at these two cards, like the Universe and the Wheel of Fortune, and I noticed that there are the same figureheads on each of these, and usually, like, the Universe, the World card is always, like, in all decks, representative of the fixed signs. But with the Wheel of Fortune, there's also this message that it stands for, like I said, for Jupiter and for the sign of Sagittarius, and also I would argue for the mutable signs in general. But I know that there are some decks. Another deck like this is the Modern Witch Tarot, where the Wheel of Fortune stands for the fixed signs as well. And I see that the Cosmic Slumber Tarot is one of these decks as well. So we have double fixed signs, which would be Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius. So these may be signs that you have in your chart. These may be signs that your person has in their chart. But I also think that this can be very representative of the fact that things are going to align themselves and they're going to settle, and you yourself with your person are going to be able to settle into a once again that safe, secure, calm and easygoing energy. And I really feel like once things settle, they're going to stay that way. It's that fixed energy of creating a safe and secure space and sticking to it. But with that being said, that has been your reading, Pile 3. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I would love to keep your wonderful energy around, and I really hope to see you in another reading. Bye! Hi there, Pile 4, and welcome to your reading, babe. If you've chosen this Turn Criticism into Kindness card, then this is going to be a reading all about the future of this connection that you have in mind. So let's see what cards chose to come through for you today. Obviously, we have sorry, the card that you chose here. In addition, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay. We have the Ace of Cups. Nice. We have the Princess of Swords, which would be the Page of Swords. We have the Two of Cups, so cute. We have the Eight of Pentacles and the Moon. Okay, so first and foremost, I feel like this connection is going to serve as a lot of firsts for you. I'm not saying necessarily that this is going to be your first relationship or your first sexual encounter, but it's definitely going to be at least the first relationship in which you are able to be fully yourself. And I'm saying that because we have the Ace of Swords and the Moon here. The Ace of Swords obviously is one of my favorite cards of all times. It's about just being your most authentic self. That is what it means to me. And being your most authentic self would obviously mean in a relationship to be honest about how you're feeling, how you're interpreting certain things, how you wish for certain needs to be met, how your needs should be met. You express clearly your boundaries, and you just overall are very open to making things work, because I truly feel like open, honest communication is the way to make a relationship work. But both people need to be dedicated to this process. It can't just be one person who is trying their goddamn best and the other person is just, I don't know, keeping their feelings from the other person, never expressing what hurt them or what made them feel uncomfortable, and just creating these uncomfortable situations in general where they just they're passive aggressive towards their partner, or they just get angry out of nowhere for the smallest things. But you get my draft. Okay, that was interesting. You get my drift there. Okay, so the future of this connection is definitely going to be one of open and honest communication. And with the Moon being here, the Moon is also about hidden things and hidden aspects of ourselves, especially. These aspects may be hidden in a relationship, obviously, because we are afraid that the other person is not going to be okay with them. Like maybe they're going to leave us if they see certain parts of ourselves. But I really feel like with this person, you're just going to feel safe in expressing both your light attributes and your shadow attributes, because you know this person just wants you. Okay, it's that feeling of safety that comes from the inner knowing that the other person like really, really wants you and wants to get to know you and wants what's best for you. We obviously have the Ace of Cups and the Two of Cups here, which the Two of Cups is the soulmate card. And that would match really well with what we've discussed already with the open communication, which in this case is also aided by the fact that your souls know each other as well. This, you may have had past lives together, and that is why your souls are so acquainted with one another, and maybe why you always know what to tell the other person when they're feeling hurt, and they always know what to tell you when you are hurt yourself, or when you are stressed and you need comforting and that sort of thing. But also I just feel like even if you haven't had past lives together, the nature of soulmates, and I'm going to quote Wuthering Heights for the millionth time, Emily Bronte is rolling in her grave, obviously. Whatever souls are made of, his and mine are the same. And that is a huge, huge help in this relationship. The fact that your souls at their core are the same. So innately, you know what the other person needs exactly when they need it. And this thing about what they need, it can also be reflective of maybe they need to be left alone. Maybe they need to deal with the situation alone. Maybe they don't need advice in this situation and they want to be alone, okay, and think things through first before asking for your opinion in the situation. You know, it's just that innate knowing of what the other person needs. But with that being said, I'm also seeing in this connection an element of self-growth. And I've talked about this in other readings as well. I don't remember exactly what they were, but not to credit, you know, the person you're in a relationship with for your self-growth, because the credit should always be put on you. Like, ultimately you've done the work, but I feel like the other person may have provided a safe space in which you can grow. And obviously in a capitalist world, we can't have a safe space completely. A safe space would mean basically the opportunity, at least in my head, to be our most authentic self. Because, for example, we can have a job where the boss is really mean to us, but we can't quit because we need the money, or maybe the boss is very demanding and you're constantly stressed and you can't, like, you don't have time for activities that would please your soul and that sort of thing. In that aspect, obviously, like I said, we can't have this sort of safe space all of the time, but at least in our relationships, we can have this, we can be sure that we can be ourselves and we can express ourselves, that our feelings, our thoughts, our boundaries, our needs, our wants are important, and the other person hears them and sees us for who we truly are. And so, like, right of the bat, is that how we say it? Like, right away, you know that being yourself is okay. Like, you have that safety in your relationship, that knowing that you can be yourself, and through that, you know that your self-growth is important, and you sort of get that impulse to start working on yourself and constantly improving yourself to live a better life, because you see that the other person truly believes in you and your ability to do so. Like, I have no idea if that made sense. I was kind of distracted by noises in the house, but I really hope that it made sense. With the Prince of Swords being here, I'm really getting beginning of the road in the relationship, even though, like, I wouldn't say many of you, if any, are in a relationship with this person already. But even if you are, it's still in the beginning stages, in the sense that I really don't think you've been together for a long time, and even that you've maybe known each other for a long time, which I know it's weird for you to hear. I mean, I know it's probably weird for you to hear, because you feel like you do know this person for a long time. You feel like you connect to this person on a deeper level, like you know each other intimately, and take that as it resonates. Maybe you've actually had sex with this person, I don't know. But when I say intimately, I more so mean that you know them, you know their heart and their soul and their mind, their body, you know. Once again, maybe you do, maybe you don't. There's still time for that, okay? But anyway, with that beautiful side note, yeah, I really feel like this is a relationship at the beginning of the road, but I can just tell that there are going to be beautiful developments in time, and you're really going to help each other embrace your most authentic self and understand, because I'm finally getting back to the card that you chose, turn criticism into kindness. It's not that this person is going to critique you, okay? It's not like they're going to give you criticism for the way you live your life, or I don't know, the way you acted in one situation or another, but they are going to be honest with you, and they're going to help you identify, I'm hearing, your shadow attributes, like we were talking with the moon here. Like, they're absolutely not going to stand, like, they understand that it's not your fault when your shadow attributes come out. So for example, when you get, this is just an example, it doesn't have to be you, Okay, like when you get extremely jealous, for example, and you tell them you can't go out, which I'm not once again saying that's something you would do. I'm just giving an example because this is the first thing that comes to mind. They're absolutely not going to stand for you doing that. They're not going to yell at you. They're not going to be mean to you. They're literally just going to sit you down and be like, where does that feeling come from? Like, tell me who in the past hurt you in that way, or maybe your own parents made you feel like you're not important enough for them to stick around or to even take care of you. You're just going to sit them down, or they are going to sit you down and help you analyze the situation. Okay, and truly understand where certain shadow attributes are coming from. Okay, like I said, they're not going to critique you. They're not going to yell at you. They're not going to get mad at you. Like, they completely understand that these things happen and you can't control your shadow attributes. But at the same time, they're going to use logic and they're going to use the adult in you, because usually our feelings are more so influenced by our inner child and our hurt inner child, most of all. And they're just going to make sure that you are addressing the problem as the adult in you from a logical standpoint. There's a lot in this relationship about communication and growth, like self-growth through this communication, and also relationship growth. This is a really beautiful relationship to have in your life. It may feel uncomfortable at times just because as humans, we do tend to feel attacked even when we are not, by our peers, and especially when it's your partner, you may feel like it's really unfair. You feel uncomfortable, and therefore you get even maybe more angry or closed off, or all of those things. But ultimately, you're going to be able, and this person is going to be able to understand that when you talk about certain things that you don't like when the other does, it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's not because they don't love you or anything like that. It's just that your self-growth is very important to them, and their self-growth is very important to you. It's just like this mutual help that is going to come through in your relationship because you care deeply about one another. There's this really pure love. I don't know if this is a feeling that you're currently having for the other person, or this is something that is going to come up in the future, but there's this really pure love in this relationship, this pure care, this pure everything. There are just pure intentions when it comes to one another. But with that being said, that has been your reading, Pile 4. I really hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, subscribing. I would love to keep your wonderful energy around, and I really hope to see you in another reading. Bye!